different. First of all, for all the girls here, you're going to have more opportunity than I did. Hopefully, way more. For all the boys, I love the fact that you guys are here. After the 2011 World Cup, I had a 15-year-old boy come up to me, and he goes, all I want to do when I get older is be a women's professional soccer player. So I commend you for being here, because everything that I have to talk about today, a little bit about me, a little bit about MVP, a little bit about soccer, a little bit about life, can reach across genders, can reach across ages. And I really believe in my heart that you guys all have more of a choice than you think. And all of us, especially on my team, people that are successful in their life, there's pretty much one common denominator, in my opinion, and it's working hard. And so if you put that at the center of every choice that you make, working hard, you might have a chance to be not only on the national team, but live a successful and happy and healthy life. Now, what does that mean? For soccer, of course, if you work as hard as you can, and you have talent, and you grow, and you get better, you eventually might one day get a college scholarship. Who wants a college scholarship here? Parents, raise all your hands. Now, when I was growing up, being the youngest of 7, my family, my dad, and my mom put my entire brothers, all of my brothers and sisters through college. And I wanted to give them a gift. And at 17 years old, what kind of a gift could I really give my parents? And I thought, man, it'd be amazing to get a full scholarship, to take that burden away from my family. And luckily enough, I got a full scholarship to go to the University of Florida. Go Gators. See the sweatshirt here. And that was something that I took very seriously. And I know you guys don't want to really worry about money, you guys are young, but wouldn't it be awesome to give that gift to your family? Not just your parents, it's your brothers and your sisters. And more importantly, getting yourself an education from a university is the biggest gift you can give yourself. And I believe that. I believe that to be very true. And I think that you guys, when I felt how it felt for me to do it, I try to pass that on to all the younger kids that I talk to around the country, because that is the best thing that I've ever done in my life. Not only because I got an education, but at that age, I was able to impact my family in a really positive way. You guys all have that choice. Right now, you're at an age that everything that comes to you, you're trying to figure out what it is. What does this mean? What road do I go down? What decision do I make? And you're going to have probably 15 million more decisions to make before you get to my age. And I believe that life is made up of consistent decisions each person takes in their life. One step, another step, and another. Now, how do I get to the level that I'm at? Well, it takes not only hard work, which is the core value that I believe is true with everything in life, that's good, but it takes patience, it takes failing. You know how many times I made mistakes on the soccer field or on the practice field? A lot. Do you know how many times I couldn't make that time and continue and finish my fitness session because I was just too tired? It's happened. Do you know how many times I've wanted to reach into the cabinet and grab a snack, an unhealthy snack, a piece of chocolate? A lot. I have. And the thing is, that's why MVP and I teamed up many years ago, because this is at the core of what I love to do. Give you a little info on my life, give you some steps to take to create good habits for the rest of your life, for your future. Now, you guys are kids, for the most part. And I think what I first started talking to you guys about is that you do have more control than you think. I would challenge you to to take away from this conversation, go home with your family and start a conversation about nutrition and wellness and exercise. And what that means for you, what that means for your parents, what that means for your brothers and sisters. Get your parents involved. Get your guardians involved. Talk about the difference between healthy options and unhealthy options. Now, I'm not here to tell you you can never eat anything that tastes good and is bad for you again. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you those moments are earned. So what I like to do in my daily life is if I've had a couple of great days of training and I've earned it and I've worked really hard and burned a lot of calories, I'll treat myself, whether it's a healthy frozen yogurt dessert or even a piece of cake or a cookie once in a while. But it's not every day, because I don't believe that we earn desserts every single day. These are the kind of habits you have to start forming now, because let me tell you, when I was your guys' age, I was reaching too much into the cabinet. I was reaching too much into the freezer. And these are really, really, really hard habits to break. Now, when I went off to college, I was put in a really good environment where everybody was kind of eating healthy, so you kind of follow along. I was able to talk to nutritionists and learn more about health and nutrition. So I was in a really good environment. Well, for the most part, who knows if you guys are going to be put in that environment when you leave your house after high school? So now is the time that you guys can start making decisions that are good for you, that are healthy for you, and that will give you a successful life. And I'm telling you, it's hard work to have a happy and successful life. Otherwise, everybody would be happy and successful. Right? Anybody watch the Olympics this last summer? Yeah. It's pretty fun, right? What was your guys' favorite part? The swimming. What was your favorite part? Give me a better answer. That was a good answer, but I want a better answer. The soccer! Yes. Awesome. Swimming. Yeah, I tell you what, it's been a wild ride since London. I have slept in my own bed in Los Angeles for 14 nights since the end of the Olympics. It's been months since then. So I've been all over the country, talking to folks like yourself, trying to reach out and understand the importance of not only health and wellness, but how much impact I feel a national team can have on a country. Now, when I came home, the kind of support and excitement, you wouldn't believe all the free stuff I got. You wouldn't believe it. I actually almost didn't make it here yesterday, and the gate agent at the airport, because you know, the storm and everything, all the airports are pretty messed up. The people next to me were freaking out. I gotta get to Albany, blah, blah, blah. And I was just calm and collected, and the woman, she looks at me, she saw this, she goes, "Are you on an Olympic team?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." She was like, "Okay, you can get on the flight." I felt bad, but I had 300 plus kids waiting for me. You know, moving on into the rest of my life, I want to continue to play. Not only because I love to do what I do, but because I think that we have even more work to do as a team. We've kind of taken the country by storm since the 2011 World Cup, and then went on 2012 Olympics and won gold. And truthfully, I haven't won a World Cup yet. So I'm going to do everything in my power to bring home what's ours. In 2015, World Cup will be in Canada. Pretty close. You guys should all come. And I really believe in my heart that you guys are all a part of the next generation. And I remember very vividly April Hynix, when I was 10 years old, I was listening to her speak. She was talking about all these things that she did and trying to impose who she was on us. And I took her very literally. But what I want you guys to do is to hear what I have to say and make the things that I've done work for you in your own way. Because you guys are all different. You come from different worlds, different backgrounds. We're similar in some ways. But you have to make your life your own. Don't try to emulate me. Try to be better than me, way better. Because that's what we're all trying to do. That's what your parents are trying to do, trying to give you a better life than they had. And that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully one day, you guys will do that for the next generation. Because they're going to need your help. It's the only way we can continually evolve as a human race, is if we help each other. You gotta eat well, you gotta get outdoors, and you gotta exercise. And your parents probably could use a little bit of that too, right?
Hey.
Definitely. You guys have any questions for me? We'll take a few questions, and then we'll get into the autograph and picture session. Yeah. The weirdest thing I've ever signed. Well, I get a lot of, will you sign my forehead now? I won't do it. I'll have parents across the country hating me, trying to get the rub it off. I don't know. That's a weird question. Yeah. What's my favorite team except the USA in terms of international soccer? Well, I think I very much respect the Japanese team. They're totally different than us. They play such a different style, and so it's always a really great match. Yeah. I was 4-ish into my 5th year of life. My first team name was the Red Stars, and I scored 27 goals in the first 3 games. So they moved me to the boys' teams. Yeah. The toughest team? Well, I would say Japan and Germany. Germany is a great team. Yeah. One of my most favorite goals I've ever scored was probably, it's hard because the most impactful goal I've ever scored was the Brazil goal in 2011 World Cup. You guys remember the header? The long cross.
I think I can.
That's probably on the top of the list. Yes. Yeah. Good question. Do you guys head the ball? Do you guys work on it? Mm-hmm. Okay, the question is, I score a lot of goals in my head, right? And how come I can do it without it hurting? So it's been a life's work of practice. From the time I was younger, I've always played multiple sports. You guys, who plays multiple sports here? I think it's very important to give your athleticism a wide variety of things. I played basketball, so you could imagine, and I was taller than most girls my age, so you can imagine every time the ball goes up, I'm reading the flight of the ball, hits the rim, got to go up and rebound it. You can imagine what your brain is learning in terms of your eye-hand coordination. Similar kind of system when a ball's coming in from across, right? So I believe that basketball actually enhanced my ability to hit the ball playing soccer. And I did all the practice that I needed to do to become a world-class header because, you know, a lot of kids, especially, don't head the ball properly. And if you don't head it properly, it's going to hurt. You're going to struggle maybe with concussions. So my advice would be to really practice the art of heading, doing it properly, and making sure that you have coaches and parents around when you're doing it so that they can tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Yeah. My favorite move to do in the game? Well, You know, I like the fake cross cut back, really simple. You know, I'm not Lionel Messi.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not Marta. I'm not trying to do
noticed that about you.
tricky stuff.
We're all gonna do that.
I'm very linear. Ball, air, goal. Yeah. Where do I keep my gold medal? I don't know, I might have to kill you all before I tell you. No, I have 2 gold medals, and I keep one in my sock drawer. I'm not kidding. And I keep the other one, it's in my bedroom at the moment because there's certain things that I have to do parents-wise I keep it out. It's still fairly new though, so sometimes I look at it and I'm like, wow, that's cool. Yeah. I've been playing for 27 years. Way older than all you kids.
Yeah.
Where's Kara?
Yeah, in the back
Practice.
there. Little man.
Coaching.
I thought you guys.
Why did I change my number? This is a good
What?
question.
You guys didn't get tickets. Did you get
So the reason why I changed my number was because in the
a good
World
question.
Cup, the roster size is 1 through 21. And so the numbers are 1 through 21. But in the Olympics, it's 1 through 18. So I don't get a chance to be number 20 for the Olympics. So for all the Olympics I've played in, I've had to change my number. Don't worry, my number is 20. I'm sticking with 20. If you got a 14
that in our
jersey, it's
jerseys.
okay. Just tell your parents to get you another one. Yeah. The best moment of my career.
They have good questions.
Tough
Yeah.
questions. I'll tell you the best moment of the Olympics for me was the New Zealand game. We were up 1-0. It's kind of a touchy game, and our youngest player came on the field, Sydney LaRue. You guys know her?
Mm-hmm.
She came on and got down the left flank, took a great touch, scored a goal. And when she turned around, and her face, do you guys remember that? She had this look, and if you don't remember it, go online, check it out. Sydney LaRue face, Olympics, New Zealand. Her face was exactly how you should look when you're her age and you score your first big goal of your career. It was the most pure moment ever. There was nothing planned about it. It was raw, it was beautiful, and it brought me right back to why I play the game. And it's because I love being on a team. I love participating in a challenging event. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. And in that moment, it was all so worth all of the hard work, all of the travel, all of the sacrifice, everything that we've missed over the last 2 years, because that's how long it takes to really get into the preparation of an Olympics. So that was my favorite moment of the Olympics. Yeah. My childhood hero growing up? Well,
Good answer. Good
interestingly
question.
enough, when I was really young, there really wasn't women's soccer that was popular enough for mainstream kids like myself to know about. There was a national team, but it was not really a popular thing until the late 90s. So early on in my career, I looked up to Michael Jordan. I looked up to men because there were no options for me to look up to other women. And that's what I think is really cool for the little girls in the room, young women in the room. You guys actually have role models to look up to literally see what you want to do maybe in your career, to see the successes they can have, the struggles, the hard times, the excitement, the gold medals, the championships. I think it's pretty amazing that you guys get a chance to literally see yourself and put yourself in our shoes. Something that I didn't have, and I'm really proud of the fact that you guys can have something like that. Yeah. Good question. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and brag, but I'll be honest. You know, being the best player on every team I played on is kind of a heavy burden to carry. You know, when I'm 15 years old and I'm not feeling so hot, feeling sick, or I've sprained my ankle, my team still's relying on me. So There were times when I was just maybe not old enough emotionally and mature enough to be able to handle that. Missing birthdays, not being able to hang out with my friends like all of my other friends were able to do, having to go to tournaments here, having to go to national team camps there. I kind of just wanted to be a normal kid. I was 14 years old, and I told my brother Andrew, I don't think I want to play soccer anymore. And it was kind of a turning point in my career because little did I know at the time, but I was sitting on the stairs in our family home, and he said to me, he said, Abby, you can quit playing soccer if you want. I'm going to love you no less. He goes, but it sure would be a shame because you are so gifted and talented. You could actually impact so many more people than you could ever imagine. And I remember when I saw him after the 2012 Olympics, and he and I, we were talking, and I said, that conversation has always stayed with me, and that's why you need each other. You need your parents, your brothers, your sisters, when things don't feel as fun. Because sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes going out and playing soccer is not the most fun. It's hard work. Sometimes having the hardest fitness day session is hard to get excited for. But I tell you what, the hard work is always so worth it in the end. At the end of the day, when you look at yourself in the mirror, are you proud of the work you've done? So yeah, I definitely had that issue. And there are some days that are hard, but for me, the sacrifice has always been more rewarding. Yeah. How do I feel when I make goals? Well, honestly, this might surprise you, but I have never seen a ball hit the back of the net. I don't know what happens in my brain. I think I have like a momentary moment of extreme excitement and happiness, and I like black out or something. But I know the ball's going in, and I turn my head. I don't know what happens. It's something inside me changes. So obviously, I was born to score goals. I love playing soccer, but I love being the position and in the position of whether or not my team can win or lose. Yeah. What brought me to soccer when I was younger? Well, I was actually really good at playing basketball too, pretty athletic. So I had a bunch of offers to play basketball in college. I just wasn't as tall enough, in my opinion, to go on and play into the next level. And, life for me wasn't always perfect. I was cut from certain teams. I wasn't always on the full national team. I had to work my way into it. And, I went to a great college, and we ended up winning the national championship my freshman year. But it wasn't a college that most kids with my level of ability would go to. So at a very young age, I knew I was probably going to be way better and have more success at playing soccer long term. And I think I made the right choice. Do you? Yeah. Just a couple more questions. Well, the question is what made me decide to play on the national team. And my question to you is, if the national team coach called you, would you say no? Probably not. It's a dream, It's a dream to be playing on one of the best teams in the world and be a part of a team that represents your country. I hope that excites all of you guys to do something, whether it's playing soccer or another sport, or be a doctor. Do something that represents something that's bigger than you. Yeah. What do I think about kids using headgear? I think legally I probably shouldn't answer this question. I think that if parents and the kid feels more safe using headgear, I'm not going to tell people what to do, but I believe that if the kids know how to protect themselves and head properly, that is not necessary, and I'm proof of that. Yeah. Most stressful game? Probably the final of the 2012 Olympics. You know, it's hard being up goal because the momentum can shift with them tying it up very quickly. So yeah, that was one of the games that I was really glad when the whistle blew and we were still up by a goal. One more question, all the way in the back there. What position do I play? I play striker, forward, center, attack. I score the goals, basically. Just in closing, I want to say to you guys, you know, you may be from a smaller city, you might even be from not even
So did my dog for a
here,
very long time.
but there are people in this room, there are kids sitting in front of me right now that will change the world. I don't know how exactly I'm doing that, but I know that I'm changing the world. And my challenge and hope is that even just one of you actually believes that what I'm saying, that you have the opportunity to change the world. It just depends on whether you want to or not. And more importantly, whether you believe it. Thank you guys so much.
Let's hear it for Abby Wambach. Okay, we're going to let Abby get settled up here. This is the way the autograph session is going to work. You guys are all in rows. You're going to stay in your rows. We're going to bring this first row up. We're going to walk around the MVP banner here. One at a time, you're going to walk to Abby. Abby's going to sign an item for you. Everybody else is going to stay seated. We're going to stand up one row at a time. Make sure you stay in your rows. Abby will meet every one of you guys. She'll sign one item for every one of you guys as well. You're going to have your photo taken. After your photo is taken, you're going to walk around here and pick it up. Parents, you guys can come up in here, get your pictures. Just please don't go past the stanchion. Actually, this white dash would be great. So let's get started. If the first row could stand up.
Get pictures, Kyle, for me.
You guys over on this side too. Everybody else, please stay seated.